Hmm. Hello, 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 everybody. This is Shelly, Coffee Anxiety and Love. It is a very hot day outside. It is, it's already 3 o'clock. I'm thinking it's still morning. We have been running and gunning since early this morning. We had some stuff to do here in the garden early this morning. And of course, CJ had to hurry up, get all that done and get out to work. So it was pretty cool. But what I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys in a long time, and what I wanted to do was talk just a little bit about something that happened over the weekend. And just everybody knows I've been going through my spiritual journey and doing this whole process of shadow work and opening up my chakras, and I've pretty much been stuck. I haven't really been focusing too much on the chakra work just because I don't know, it got thrown by the wayside because there's a lot of things to do out here and a lot of things I wanted to do and still need to do, but my motivation just completely fell off. Like, completely. There was just nothing I could do about it. And I'm starting to feel a little bit different now after what happened this weekend. I had an opportunity. We went to a vending event, one of the ones we typically go to in San Antonio at a metaphysical shop, a really cute place. And there we were all inside a little classroom because it's so hot. So this place was actually grateful. We were so grateful for them, but they were actually able to put us inside and it was nice and cool. So that was fun. But there was a vendor there who had her little table, and she had a very tiny little table. We have so much stuff. We have 2 6-foot tables, and we have, several small tables. And literally, if we really wanted to, we could fill up all of our tables. She just had a small little space, and she was minding her business, on her headphones, listening to whatever she had listened to. But she was also paying attention to the conversation around us. And there was really good conversation. Everybody was, just talking different things. There was a gentleman there who was really, informing his customers and stuff about what he was doing and the path he's taking. And he was spiritual as well. And just her demeanor, her attitude, the way she was talking, the way she laughed, everything about her reminded me of somebody. And I just started having this tension in my neck and in my back, and like almost like a headache kind of, tension. And I mentioned to CJ that, she reminds me of this person so much that I have so much tension. And I didn't have a very good interaction with this person. The intention was very well. Our intention to help this person out was to completely help them. They needed, somewhere to stay or whatever. And I don't know, just things just didn't feel right with that person being in our home. And this is when we were living in our house. So anyway, fast forward, this particular vendor really made me feel like it was this person near me, and I couldn't shake it. I just felt so much of a heavy vibe from her. And it wasn't the vendor herself. It was the person that I could see in her. So once everything was said and done, we had our event. I told CJ, he goes, well, why don't you ask her if you can talk to her through her, without, you know, affecting this person, the vendor. Talk to the vendor and say words to help release whatever tension you're feeling through this person without, harming them. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. I've never done this before, but I felt like I had to. I couldn't walk away from it. I couldn't shake it. I couldn't walk away from it. So I asked her, at the end of the event when we were all kind of packing up and stuff, I asked her, hey, do you mind if I speak words to you? They're not directed towards you, but I want to speak words and get them, out because I have words about this other person. And she was all about it, and she was very kind, very generous, and very open to what I was asking her to do. So she and I sat down after everybody left and packed up. She and I sat down and I said my piece with this person. And it wasn't anything bad. I wanted to make sure that this person gets some good energy from us, from me, because I feel like they walked away in in a bad space, and they were already in a bad space. They came to us for help and they were already in a bad space, and I feel like I may have triggered something else with them. But what happened with what they did to me personally, it really violated my trust, and it, it, it hurt me opening up our home to this individual, and they just took more than they were offered, and it really bothered me a lot. So I spoke words to this person. And the funny thing is, this person's name was Michelle. So my name is Michelle. I go by Shelly. And this person's name was Michelle. And we had started talking about that, throughout the whole vending process. And I ended up, sitting there with her, saying my words. And then afterwards, and yes, I had her close her eyes because I didn't want her to take in anything that I was saying. And I didn't say anything bad. I just let this person know that I was wishing them well, wishing them peace, wishing them empowerment and prosperity, and that they find their way through whatever it is that they were struggling with. And it's been a little while now. I don't know if they are or not, but I just wanted them to know that to send them good energy. I didn't need them with that uncertainty anymore. And I didn't need to have that uncertainty anymore. So, she and I did that whole thing, and she was really, really, really nice about it. And then she's Reiki, so she was able to not take in everything I was saying. She understood what I was saying, what I was trying to do, and she was able to not take in the words that I was saying. Not that I said anything bad, but she knew and she understood, and she was able to direct and channel all this energy to the other person. The both of us were. So that was Saturday, and Saturday coming back, CJ and I were coming home, and, we were exhausted. And then Sunday we got up and we did some stuff, and, that evening I wasn't feeling too good. I felt really, really like weak and drained, and just like all my energy was gone. So Sunday we get up and we had some errands to run. We went into town, did our errands. And we weren't out there very long. We went in, we got what we needed and we got out. But on the drive back, he and I were like really, really feeling very drained, very exhausted. He's driving home. He typically doesn't get sleepy on the road, and he was getting sleepy on the road, and I was getting sleepy on the road, and he mentioned it. And I was talking to him about this all weekend. Why do I feel this way? What am I feeling? What's going on? And he's chalking it up to my ascension, which means I'm at a now hitting a different level on my spiritual journey. And I've never felt like I needed to talk to anybody in this way. So, yeah, we were talking about it, and he's going through, some of the things that he went through in his spiritual journey, what he experienced, how he felt at certain times when things were happening with him. And I through that whole process of talking with her, I really felt very aware of what I was doing, aware of my surroundings, aware of the energy, aware of what this person was putting off or portraying, the energy they were portraying to me, but that the energy was not theirs. It was me picking up something else through them. And for me to be able to speak words and allow an energy flow through the universe to somebody else and direct it to them and allow them to understand and know that, even though things went the way they did, I am still, sending positivity to them and hoping that they become very empowered in their journey, whatever it is, and that they get through whatever it is that they were challenged with. And it was such a draining process. So much energy was taken from me. And I've never felt that before. And two, we hadn't really, I don't know why, but starting like Friday, I just was not feeling, I wasn't feeling bad or anything. I was feeling like something was happening with me. And really wasn't hungry. I really didn't want to eat. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do a lot of things. I just felt as if I needed to be still for a little while and just, I guess, think. I didn't think about things, or maybe I did and I, did it without knowing. But it took me a few days. Like today, I'm just now getting up, moving around, doing things. Yesterday, I felt very lethargic, very drained. Sunday, I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. I did what I needed to do and that was it. I came back in and I laid down. Saturday, I mean, we ate a little bit. I wasn't really even hungry. I just snacked on some stuff and we did get some food and I ate a little bit, but I really didn't eat that much. And then Sunday we got food and again, I ate a little bit. I really didn't eat that much. And it was a very strange feeling, but not bad. So I want to start walking through my journey, my spiritual journey, looking at myself again and going through and figuring out where I'm at and who I am, because I have a feeling in me that is directing me to a path, and I don't know if that's my path or not, or why, if I'm being drawn there or if I'm drawing myself there or what, but I need to understand it a little bit more before I take on that role, because I know that's going to be a big role, but I, I need to study a little bit more before I come to grips and understand who I really am. And I'll keep letting you guys know. And I know I just want to thank Michelle very much for allowing me to sit with her, speak through her, and that she was very open to it. And, did end up, doing a little sage and cleansing each other afterwards. So I know she's going to be okay. I'm going to reach out to her in a little while, make sure she's doing all right. But it was just a very, the feeling was very strange to me. It wasn't bad. It was just an experience that I never thought I would be able to experience. So we'll see how things go from here. I'm excited to find out my path and look more into what I believe I truly am. And we'll talk more about that later. Alrighty, guys. Shelly, Coffee, Anxiety, and Love. Love you guys. Keep up with us. We are getting, like I said, we're getting ready to go on the road. So we'll see how much fun that'll be. Talk to you later. Bye.